What's up, adventurers? It's Tyler from A Dungeon Master's Tome, and I need everybody to roll for initiative. In today's video, we're going to go over the differences between Dungeons and Dragons and its close rival, Pathfinder. I'm in the process of turning my love for TTRPGs into a full-time job. There's nothing that I would love more than to wake up and make educational videos for my community here online. If you want to be a part of that journey, make sure that you smash that subscribe button, but be careful not to roll a nat 20, it's fragile. And hit the little bell icon to receive notifications when I post new videos. You can check out my Discord community in the comments below. Finally, I'd love it if you would consider joining my Patreon, where you can get all sorts of amazing content, like ad-free episodes, lots of downloadable extras, and exclusive episodes that you can't find anywhere else. The first of these that I'm working on is going to be a review of my DM screen by Wormwood Gaming. I'm also really excited for my giveaways. Epic Hero and Mythic Adventurer tiers will be eligible for quarterly drawings to win handmade character art by some of my favorite artists. Mythic tier adventurers will also be eligible for quarterly hand-painted mini giveaways that yours truly will be painting, and yearly character art animations designed to spice up any of your online content you might have. But enough of that. Where did the kobold run off to? Both D&D and Pathfinder offer rich experiences, but they cater to different playstyles and preferences. So which one is right for you? Let's break down the key differences and help you decide. Dungeons & Dragons is currently in its 5th edition, often referred to as 5e, and the 2024 Player's Handbook is just around the corner, while Pathfinder is in its 2nd edition, referred to as PF2E. These games are direct competitors, with each its own dedicated fan base. While the choice ultimately comes down to personal preference, understanding the nuance of each can guide you towards the best fit for your gaming style. And if you're a D&D player wondering what Pathfinder has to offer, or vice versa, stick around for the rest of the video. First and foremost, price and accessibility. When considering which tabletop RPG to invest in, price and accessibility are crucial factors. Both Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder offer essential core rulebooks that serve as the foundation for gameplay. These are the books you'll need to understand the rules, create characters, and guide your adventures. The primary book you'll need to start playing D&D is the Player's Handbook, which typically retails for about $50. D&D has the advantage of frequent sales, especially online and on platforms like Amazon or D&D Beyond, where you can often find the Player's Handbook and other core rulebooks at a discount. D&D also offers a starter set and an essentials kit priced around $20 to $30, which can provide a more budget-friendly entry point. These kits include basic rules, pre-made characters, dice, and an introductory adventure. They're great for new players or those who want to try the game without committing to the full price of the core rules. Pathfinder's equivalent is the core rulebook, also priced around $50. But unlike D&D, sales on Pathfinder products are less frequent, meaning the initial investment might be more consistent across different retailers. Pathfinder also offers a beginner box for around $40, which is a comprehensive introduction to the game. The beginner box includes a simplified handbook, pre-made characters, dice, and a starting adventure. This box is slightly more expensive than D&D's starter set, but it offers a more in-depth introduction to the game. Both D&D and Pathfinder provide digital versions of their rulebook and resources, which can be more convenient and is sometimes more cost-effective way to play. D&D offers virtual versions of their books through D&D Beyond, a popular online platform that integrates character creation, campaign management, and access to rulebooks in a single place. While the digital versions are priced similarly to the physical books, D&D Beyond frequently offers sales and bundles, making it a more cost-effective way to expand your collection. Additionally, D&D Beyond provides a subscription service which offers additional features like expanded character slots, access to all digital source books, and tools for Dungeon Masters. One of the coolest bits is that if you have a Master Tier subscription, anybody in campaigns that you're a part of can also read and use the resources that you've purchased. Pathfinder offers digital rulebooks through Paizo's website, as well as on platforms like DriveThruRPG. While these digital versions are priced competitively, they don't have the same integrated platform that D&D Beyond offers. Paizo does offer a subscription service for Pathfinder products, including the Pathfinder Adventurer Path subscription, which delivers new adventures directly to your door as PDFs. These subscriptions are an excellent way to regularly receive content, but it can add up if you're on a budget. Both games regularly release new content in the form of additional rulebooks, adventure modules, and supplements, all of which can enhance your gameplay experience, but also increase the overall cost. D&D offers a wide range of additional rulebooks and adventure modules, typically priced between $30 and $50 each. These include popular expansions like Xanathar's Guide to Everything and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which introduce new character options, spells, and gameplay rules. While these expansions are optional, many players find them valuable for expanding their game's scope. Again, these books are often offered on sale, making it easier to build your collection over time without breaking the bank. Pathfinder also has a robust catalog of expansions, including bestiaries, advanced player's guides, and Lost Omens lore books. These typically range from $40 to $60, with some larger hardcover books reaching higher prices. Pathfinder's expansions are known for their depth and detail, while offering a wide array for character options, new mechanics, and richly detailed settings. Because they're less frequently discounted, the cost of building a complete Pathfinder library can add up more quickly. Both D&D and Pathfinder offer free online resources to help players get started and continue expanding their game. D&D has a wealth of free resources available online, including the basic rules available directly from their website. These free rules provide enough information to create characters and run basic adventures, making D&D accessible even without purchasing any books. Additionally, the D&D community is incredibly active, with countless fan-made resources, homebrewed content, and forums available for free. This community-driven content can enhance your game at no extra cost. Pathfinder offers the Pathfinder Reference Document, PRD for short, and the Archives of Neaths, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, and somebody correct me in the comments below, please. This is a free online resource that includes all the rules, classes, and options from the core rulebook, and supplements. These resources are comprehensive and allow you to play Pathfinder without necessarily buying all the books. Like D&D, Pathfinder has a strong online community that contributes free content, including homebrew adventures and homebrew rules. The Pathfinder Society, Paizo's organized play community, also offers a wealth of content and support for GMs. When looking at the long-term investment, both games can be as expensive or as affordable as you choose to make them. Dungeons & Dragons tends to be more accessible for casual players due to frequent sales, lower cost entry points, and the extensive free content available online. If you're planning to slowly build your collection over time, D&D offers more opportunities to save money while still expanding your game. Pathfinder's costs are more consistent, with fewer sales, but also fewer mandatory purchases. If you prefer to have detailed rules and options available from the start, investing in Pathfinder's core and expansion books can be more cost-effective in the long run, as these books are packed with content that can last through many, many campaigns. Next, we're going to take a look at the core mechanics of both D&D and Pathfinder. The core mechanics are essential to help grasping how these games function and what kind of experience each offers. While both games offer common ancestry, they have evolved from the same original rule set, in fact. They have since diverged significantly in terms of gameplay complexity, character customization, and how they handle in-game actions. Let's explore these differences in greater detail. At the core is the D20 system. When a player attempts an action, whether it's attacking an enemy, picking a lock, or persuading a character, they roll a D20, a 20-sided die. The result of this roll is combined with relevant modifiers, It's then compared with a difficulty class to determine success or failure. In D&D, the process is streamlined. You roll a d20, add any relevant modifiers, like your character's ability score modifiers or proficiency bonuses, and compare the total to the DC set by the Dungeon Master. If your total meets or exceeds the DC, you succeed. If not, you fail. This simplicity is a hallmark of D&D 5e, making it approachable for new players. The rules are designed to be intuitive, with the emphasis on storytelling and character development, rather than the minutiae of the mechanics of the game. Pathfinder's D20 system operates on a similar principle, but it introduces more layers of complexity that especially veteran players enjoy. In addition to the basic D20 roll, Pathfinder includes more granular modifiers that can affect the outcome. For example, a character might have bonuses from various sources, such as skill ranks, equipment, class features, and feats. The game features a more detailed proficiency system, which we'll explore next, and multiple conditions that can apply to each character, each with its own specific effects on gameplay. This added complexity appeals to players who enjoy diving deep into the mechanics and optimizing their characters. Proficiency represents how skilled or knowledgeable a character is in various tasks, and both D&D and Pathfinder use it to modify the results of dice rolls. In D&D 5e, proficiency is straightforward. Each character has a proficiency bonus, which increases as they level up. This bonus applies to any skill, weapon, or tool that the character is proficient in. For example, if a character is proficient in stealth, they add their proficiency bonus to any stealth checks they make. This single proficiency bonus is tied directly to the character's level, making it easy to track and apply. The simplicity of this system is one of D&D's strengths, as it reduces the cognitive load on players and allows for quicker decision-making. Pathfinder's system, on the other hand, is more detailed and layered. Characters in Pathfinder don't just have a flat proficiency bonus. Instead, they have proficiency ranks for different skills, weapons, and saving throws. These ranks range from untrained to legendary, and each rank adds a different bonus to the character's roll. Example, a character who is trained in acrobatics might add a +2 to their d20 roll, while a character who is legendary in acrobatics might add a +8. This system allows for a more nuanced development of characters, but it also requires players to manage and track these bonuses more carefully. Both games have systems to account for external factors that might influence a character's success or failure as well. However, once again, they handle these factors in distinct ways. In Dungeons and Dragons, they use advantage and disadvantage mechanics. This simplifies the impact of external factors, and if a character has advantage, they roll 2 d20s and take the higher. If they have disadvantage, they roll 2 d20s and take the lower. This mechanic replaces the need to calculate multiple modifiers and keeps gameplay flowing smoothly. It's a binary system. You either have advantage, disadvantage, or neither, which simplifies decision-making during play. This system is particularly appealing to players who prefer fast-paced, narrative-driven gameplay. Pathfinder, on the other hand, sticks to a more traditional system where conditions and external factors apply specific numeral modifiers to a roll. For example, you might gain a +2 bonus for having a favorable position, or suffer a -1 for being fatigued. While the system offers more precision, it can slow down gameplay as players have to calculate the cumulative effects of various conditions. This added complexity can be a double-edged sword. It can allow more tactical depth, but it also requires players to be more familiar with the rules to manage these details during play. Otherwise, it'll slow down and bog up the game. Combat structure and its flexibility is central aspects of both games, but once again, each handles it in a different way. Combat can significantly affect the pace and feel of a game, so in Dungeons and Dragons, a character's turn in combat is divided into specific actions: movement, action, bonus action, reaction. This structure makes it easy for players to understand what they can do on their turn. You move, you perform a primary action, like attacking or casting a spell, and if you have a bonus action available, you can use it. Reactions are typically used outside of your turn in response to another thing happening. This clear categorization of actions contributes to faster pace of D&D combat, making it easier for new players to pick up and play without getting bogged down in too many options. Pathfinder offers a more flexible system where each character has 3 actions per turn, 1 reaction, and a variable number of free actions. These 3 actions can be used for almost anything: moving, attacking, casting a spell, using an item. This flexibility allows players to be creative with their tactics, but it also requires them to make more decisions, which can slow down the pace of combat. The freedom to use any action means that players need to think strategically about how to maximize their effectiveness each turn. This can be incredibly rewarding for players who enjoy in-depth strategy, but it can be daunting for those who prefer a more straightforward approach. Both systems also have a different way of approaching character customization and feats. This is where Pathfinder and D&D diverge significantly. In Dungeons & Dragons, they offer feats as an optional rule, allowing players to choose a feat instead of increasing an ability score when you level up. Feats provide specialized abilities that can enhance your role or open up new gameplay options. However, feats in D&D are less central to a character's development, like they are in Pathfinder. The core progression in D&D focuses more on class features and ability scores, making it easier for players to build a character without needing to dive into extensive customization options. Pathfinder places a much greater emphasis on feats, which is a core part of character progression. Every few levels, a character gains access to a new feat, which can come from a variety of sources: ancestry, class, or general feats. This focus on feats allows for a highly customizable character, but it requires characters to carefully plan their character's progression. The extensive list of feats in Pathfinder means that players can tailor their character to fit specific roles or playstyles, but it also adds an extra layer of complexity that might be overwhelming for newcomers. Both systems use spells and magic, but the complexity, following a similar theme, is fundamentally different. In D&D, spellcasting is straightforward. Each class that can cast spells has a specific list of spells that they can choose from, and these spells are divided by levels. Spellcasters have a limited number of spell slots that they can use per day, and they can prepare a certain number of spells based on their class and level. The simplicity of this system makes it easy for players to manage their spellcasting ability. Even if you're new to the game, this emphasis is on choosing the right spells for the situation, and eventually using them strategically during encounters. Pathfinder's spellcasting system is more intricate. Similar to D&D, spells are divided by levels, but Pathfinder introduces more nuances, such as the difference between spontaneous casters, who have a limited number of spells known, but can cast them flexibly, and prepared casters, who must prepare spells ahead of time. Pathfinder also includes more detailed rules on how spells interact with the game world, such as specific conditions for concentration, heightened spells, and metamagic feats that can alter how spells are cast. This depth provides a richer experience for players who enjoy magic and want to explore its complexities. But it also requires a deeper understanding of the rules. The core mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder reflects the overall philosophy of each game. D&D 5e prioritizes accessibility and speed, making it an excellent choice for new players or those who prefer a more narrative-driven experience like myself. Its streamlined system reduces complexity and focuses on storytelling, ensuring that gameplay remains fast-paced and engaging. Pathfinder, on the other hand, offers depth and detail, appealing to players who enjoy in-depth strategy, character customization, and a more tactical approach to gameplay. Its detailed system provides a rewarding experience for those who are willing to invest the time in mastering the rules, making it a game of choice for players who appreciate complexity and a high level of control over their characters. In the end, both games have their strength, and both games have their weaknesses, and the best choice depends on what you and your group are looking for in a tabletop RPG. Whether you're seeking a fast, flexible adventure or a deep strategic campaign, both Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder have something unique to offer. I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't also mention the community and controversies around the system. It's worth considering the broader context of these games, including their publishers' reputations and the communities surrounding them. D&D, published by Wizards of the Coast, which is owned by Hasbro, has faced several controversies over the years, including the Open Games license you'll see referred to as OGL scandal, where they attempted to impose restrictive licensing terms on content creators. In fact, I'm pretty sure that they were saying that they wanted a piece of the pie if you monetized your live streams. Hasbro has also recently made some hiring changes, and by hiring, I mean last year they fired a huge amount of Wizards of the Coast employees, and then they appointed John Haidt as the new president, a former World of Warcraft executive whose focus was on digital monetization, leaving D&D fans stunned and afraid that their game is going to become a non-stop cash grab. I already mentioned that they laid off hundreds of employees, but they also removed D&D Beyond's much-loved a la carte purchases. And Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast are almost weekly in the news for negative press. If you can believe it or not, there was also an infamous incident where Wizards of the Coast sent the Pinkertons, yes, like the Red Dead Redemption guys, the very same, to retrieve unreleased Magic the Gathering cards from a YouTuber that accidentally got the wrong package. Pathfinder, published by Paizo, has generally been praised for its commitment to inclusivity and transparency. However, Pathfinder's rules can be more demanding, require players to invest time in reading and understanding the game to fully enjoy it. That's it. That's all the bad things I have to say about them. They definitely take the cake when it comes to the community and their greater good on society in general. So which game is right for you? If you're looking for a more casual, fast-paced gaming experience with less emphasis on rules, D&D 5e might be your best bet. It's easier to pick up, making it ideal for new players or groups that prefer a more laid-back approach or a more narrative-driven experience. On the other hand, if you enjoy in-depth character customization, strategic gameplay, and well-defined rule systems, Pathfinder could be the game for you. It's a better fit for experienced players or groups that enjoy the complexity and are willing to invest the time to master the game. Ultimately, both games offer fantastic experiences, and the right choice depends on what you're looking for in your tabletop RPG. I'm not here to tell you which one you should play. I would play them all if I had unlimited time. It's ultimately up to you. So until next time, my friends, keep rolling those dice, and may the quests be epic. I know you used greater invisibility. I could hear you. Show yourself.